For example, you have gone to a medical college. For example, you have gone to a medical college. Professor Keith Moore wrote some books, and his book had first edition, second edition, third edition. Professor Keith Moore wrote some books, and his book had first edition, second edition, third edition. So would you read the first edition or the latest edition? So would you read the first edition or the latest edition?
Of course, I'll go for the latest.
Latest, correct.
Of course, I'll go for the latest.
Latest, correct. Yes, if you really love the first edition, yes, if you really love the first edition, you know, I'm a fan of the first edition, you know, I'm a fan of the first edition, then I said, no problem, read the first edition, then read the last edition. Then I said, no problem, read the first edition, then read the last edition. So if you're so much hooked on to the Old Testament, and you know, your Old Testament is close to your heart. So if you're so much hooked on to the Old Testament, and you know, your Old Testament is close to your heart, then the Quran says in Surah Imran chapter 3 verse 64, Ta'alaw ila kalimatin sawaim baina baina. Then I would say that if you're so much hooked on to the Old Testament, no problem. Then I would say that if you're so much hooked on to the Old Testament, no problem. Read the Old Testament, then read the Quran. Read the Old Testament, then read the Quran. At least agree what is common. At least agree what is common. And when we read the Old Testament, New Testament and the Quran, and when we read the Old Testament, New Testament and the Quran, we come to know that the thing that is common in these scriptures is that there's one God and He deserves to be worshipped. And we come to know that the thing that is common in these scriptures is that there's one God and He deserves to be worshipped. He has got no image, He is not begotten. He has got no image, He is not begotten. It further says that Jesus Christ, peace be upon him, is not God. It further says that Jesus Christ, peace be upon him, is not God. And both the scriptures say that the last and final messenger is Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. God. And both the scriptures say that the last and final messenger is Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. So sister, now are you prepared to accept Islam? So sister, now are you prepared to accept Islam?
Of course, yes. Of course, yes.